You've survived another week. Thank you for listening, downloading, and subscribing to the Bluesician. This week is dedicated to those who are talking about and thinking about starting to play. Maybe you've had that guitar sitting around for a while. Maybe you played a lot in the past and you just kind of fell off. Well, I'm trying to motivate you to do it again. And for those who have never really played, I want to give you 5 things you need to know to start and how to use YouTube to learn guitar. Some tips that I've learned from just doing it. My name is Reverend Kenn Blanchard, and I am not an accomplished musician. Well, to me, I am, because I'm still in it. I'm still doing it. I started just a few years ago during COVID to actively try to get better, to be good enough to perform, and I'm actually making it now. I'm doing it. I still got a long way to go, and sometimes I get ashamed at my progress, because there are people, a lot of people, a lot more skilled than me, who don't have the passion that I do. They can run and jam and play and do songs and write the chords and do music and read the notes, and nobody cares. But I care. This thing is saving my life. So I'm going to share with you what I know, and then maybe you can join me somewhere, somehow, somewhere. First thing is, whether you're dreaming of some bluesy bends or some hard rock riffs, it's about style. And I'm going to talk about the electric guitar because that's my favorite thing. Here's some 5 essentials that everybody should know before they strike that first chord. The first one is you got to choose the right guitar for you. Not all guitars are created equal. I'm looking at a very expensive, rare G&L guitar that has a P90 pickup and a couple of other, it has a mixed bag of pickups on it. And I've been kind of the GL guy right now. So I got 4 guitars. I got like really nice Gibsons. I got a couple of Epiphones that I'm going to be selling because they don't do it for me. A Strat style body is great for versatility, and I kind of like it. The Les Paul gives some heavier tones, but I'm telling you right now, don't chase name brands. Chase comfort and sound. And as the dude told me down in Upper Marlboro, you're chasing tones, aren't you? Yeah. I didn't know I was, but I found what I liked now. Only took me about 10 guitars before I got it down. So now I'm buying and selling because I don't want to have a whole bunch of them on my wall or in the closet. And at this time of my life, I've been using lunch money and funds that I would normally use for, we blow a lot of money in our lifetimes. We buy clothes and expensive cars and a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I just been buying guitars. I've been trying out different stuff, different types, and seeing what sounds good to me. And now I think I got it. So I'm looking at another one. I don't need it, but I want it. And if it doesn't work, it's going back to be sold too. Here's a tip for you. If you want a quality guitar, probably a brand name, I got it. It's just not me. So if you can, don't do like me. Try it before you buy it. And if it feels like an extension of your body, you're on the right track. Number 2, you want to amp it up, but keep it simple. You don't need a huge wall of Marshalls to get started. A small practice amp. I've been really happy with the Positive Grid. That thing cranks on the inside. And it has a whole bunch of features that you can use to sound like anybody. And if you're really cool, look for one with a headphone jack so you can make big noise without waking up the neighbors. I actually bought the Positive Grid headphone set, which is like amps on your head. The headphones themselves are really, really comfortable, and I use them for yoga. For meditation, and to block out outside noise when I'm trying to go to sleep. Truth. A lot of amps these days have already built-in effects, so you can save yourself on some pedals too. You can get lost in sound. Actually, you can play. Remember that game Simon? It's like red, yellow, green, blue, and you had to do the 4 things. That's all a guitar is. You learn the tones. You learn the symbols, not the symbols, but the timing down, where the notes are, and you remember it, and that's playing. Number 3, learn the language of sound. There's power chords. There's a way you can palm mute. There's vibrato. And these are your new vocabulary. Start with some simple stuff, riffs and rhythm patterns, and then you'll build muscle memory and confidence faster than you think. You don't have to conquer it all in one day. Take your time. Start with stuff that you don't even listen to. Like, this thing changed my whole world. I was not a 70s rock guy. I definitely wasn't a 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s blues guy, but I am now, because I found out that all those old cats are the basis for everything that came after. Almost every genre steals from them guys. So you can start with stuff like Smoke on the Water, Iron Man, or any 12-bar blues progression and go from there. Number 4, practice smart, not just hard. You don't have to spend hours and hours playing. You can break your sessions up into warm-ups, technique drills, and song playthroughs. Record yourself or track your progress, and you'll be happy you did. I'm using YouTube, so a lot of my stuff shouldn't be seen by regular people, but I don't think nobody's paying me any attention, at least by my numbers. So I practice in front of the camera, and I can look at it later and go, okay, that sounded better, that sounded horrible, et cetera, et cetera. Remember, your progress isn't linear. You got to celebrate the small wins. When you get something down really, really good, YouTube will probably flag it as a copyright and won't even let it go on. I took that as a badge of honor. Number 5, play with soul, not just speed. Some people, they get into tapping and doing stuff like Satriani and Vi, and there's a whole bunch of new people that I don't even know. And it's tempted to chase the fast solos. But I found out that tone and feel matter more. Listen to the legends like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Hendrix, and Clapton, and notice how they breathe between notes. Your story and your tone and your sound lives in the spaces, not just in the sound. See, your goal is to make the guitar speak your truth. There's a gazillion musicians, only one you. You can sound like your favorite. You can imitate your hero, but do your own thing. YouTube can be your backstage pass to mastering the electric guitar, actually, especially if you're just plugging in for the first time. Let me tell you how you can make the most of it. Whether you're learning riffs, gear setups, or building your own blues rock style, I found out that thing has mucho people on it. And each one of them is trying to sell you a course or show you their style or get you to subscribe to something. But you can take a little bit from everybody. It's kind of like eating fish. You keep the meat, you throw the bones away. So how do you use YouTube? I'm glad you asked. Start with them structured beginning lessons. Look for channels that offer step-by-step guidance, not just random riffs. There's some people who can give you a section of a song, and that section will teach you how to play other things. That's what you want. So you can use YouTube actually to see the different tones of guitar, but knowing that your mileage is going to vary, you can see what the fat cats and the good people and the performance folks and the real musicians are playing, and you can say, all right, that type of telly sounds good for country or western or rockabilly, or you find out that same telly is used by Prince, and that messes you up, or that Strat is used by a whole bunch of people, Eric Clapton or Jimi Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan. But it's not always the guitar, but you can find out what they're playing on YouTube. Look also for the absolute beginner classes. There's a whole bunch of free part-time challenges that cover tuning, chords, and strumming bases on YouTube. Look for those. Don't neglect the beginning stuff because you're going to build on it. And you can work at your own speed. Hit it for 10 minutes today, go back tomorrow. Make a week out of one class. See, if you were going to get an instructor, they would be 30 minutes at a crack. And before you know it, you got to go back to class again. And you didn't really practice in between. If you do the YouTube method, you find a riff you like. You're doing an Eric Clapton thing. And Eric Clapton took it from Muddy Waters, or took it from Albert King, or took it from somebody else. Look back to who started it first. Try it. You'll find out that that beginning will give you a basis for the future. And just work on that one thing. Learn the sound. Learn how it feels. Learn the pace of it. And if you don't get all the notes, just get a piece of it. Learn about power chords. They're the backbone for rock and blues. They're simple, they're punchy, and they're just right for new folks. 3, you want to practice with some easy songs. What's easy? Stuff that doesn't have that many chords to it, that many notes to it. Stuff that you can understand. And you'll get easier and quicker to learn as you go. Don't get twisted and all this, discombobulated because you can't get the first thing, or you can't sound like B.B. King on your first go around, or you can't sound like Slash or the dudes from AC/DC. Don't beat yourself up. If you can get 2 notes out of 16, that's a start. And you should practice with the easy songs first. It'll keep you motivated and help you apply what you've learned. This is all a building thing. Don't forget that. Learn your gear. You can get a lot of tutorials on YouTube. You can learn about amps, about guitars, about accessories without having to buy a thing, which is pretty cool. When you go to the store, the salesman is trying to get you to buy whatever brand they have. Go to YouTube first. See what the music that you like is being played through. Or if you get one of those modeling systems, the Positive Grid, the headphones I was talking about earlier, I'm really big on that for learning. You'll sound bigger than you think. And then you can practice because those amps are small. And then they all have the tones mixed into the apps. So you can get an app on your phone and make your little modular system sound like any amp you can think of. So once you get going, start with beginning lessons. Folks who start off teaching beginners, learn about power chords, practice easy songs, learn about your gear, do some experimentation, talk to people, ask people, and then finally use playlists. Playlists, what's that? Well, there's some music that kind of pulled you to guitar. You'll soon learn how hard or how easy what you picked is, and that's okay. But work on a small number. That's how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. Don't make it too big for yourself. Remember, this is a growth thing. Some people, very few, are prodigies, and they can grab a guitar and they can just start doing everything they wanted to do right off the bat. Their ears are tuned already. They just needed a guitar. But for the rest of us, it takes a little bit of work. Don't beat yourself up, because in time, you'll be with them too. See, focus matters. And just know that it takes a little bit of time. It's not just for the studio, it's about for life. Because focus isn't just about locking in. It's about showing up and doing it with soul. You see, when we learn, we're not just stacking skills. You're building muscle memory, but also emotional memory. Every riff, every lyric, every stumble, every recovery becomes part of your story. And when you focus, you feel it deeper. For me, when I play the blues, I'm living it. Now, I know it's distractions. I couldn't get to where I am before because, I was a father, I was a husband. I'm trying to keep my job, but there's stuff you got to do. But if you took time to practice, instead of watching television, instead of doing whatever else that you used to do, you have a lot more time than you think. And don't let you get a passion for it. You'll block out more stuff. You'll be talking about everything. And then you'll get that gear syndrome and gear acquisition syndrome, where you just want to start buying stuff. And you're looking for everybody who can talk about gear and the scrolls and the noise of what's next. I'm kind of there now. But focus. That'll cut through it. Today in church, in between intercessory prayer, the piano, the bass player, and the drummer created this slow groove based off of an old song. I think the song was like an old R&B song. Nobody noticed. And I joined in, and we grooved for a good 7 or 8 minutes. And it was like really low and cool. Now, I never would have even thought that I'd be playing with a group like that. But those little 7 minutes were everything for me. Focus. The groove is yours. The moment is sacred. Whether you're practicing a lick or making a podcast, it's the same principle. One goal, one groove, one truth. And you got to repeat. You got to focus. That's transformation. It's not just doing it again. It's doing it better the next time and doing it real. Some of my best times were not covered on YouTube. And when you feel it, oh, it's a good feeling. Plus, focus honors the journey. It's a tribute to those who came before you, to the legacy you carrying, and the community you uplift. Every focused moment is a brick in the foundation of something bigger, a movement, a message, a memory. And you're working on it. It's becoming you. That's what this is to me. When you pick up your guitar, your journey begins. You got the opportunity to make music, to make memories, to make people go crazy. It's all up to you, but you got to start somewhere. So go slow and build. Go slow and focus. Go slow and learn. You got to go slow to go fast. You won't even remember the slow part once you're jamming. You won't even remember the struggle once you're in the groove. You won't even remember how much you didn't like something when you've mastered it. It's great accomplishing a goal. It's good therapy. It's been helping me through my depression, through my anxiety, through my fear, through a lot of issues I got going on right now, being a caregiver. My guitar is a lot to me. So I just said a lot. I'm hoping that you start your journey soon. And if you need help, if you need a suggestion, if you want to just talk, here I am. Hit me back up at kenn.blanchard@gmail.com. That's Ken with 2 N's. And you spell Blanchard, BLANCHARD @gmail.com. I'm your friend and your brother from another mother. And just in case nobody else has told you this today, I love you. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. You can watch me on YouTube. I got a channel called The Bluesician. And I have a newsletter, Bluesician's Dispatch. You're listening to our podcast right now. And for the 4 or 5 of you who've been subscribing, thank you so much for being here. Talk to you next time. Keep jamming. Shalom, baby.